It's 2 a.m., and you're lying in the dark replaying a conversation that happened 3 days ago, dissecting a tone shift, a canceled plan, a compliment that somehow felt like a warning. You couldn't name what was wrong, you just knew something was. And the terrifying part isn't that you were right, the terrifying part is that you've been right before, and you still stayed. This is the quiet crisis that nobody posts about, not the dramatic betrayal, the slow, invisible erosion that happens before it. The moment you start auditing someone's behavior like a forensic accountant because your nervous system is screaming something your conscious mind refuses to confirm. What you're experiencing has a clinical name. Researchers call it hypervigilance within attachment systems, a heightened state of social threat detection that activates when your brain's amygdala begins processing micro-inconsistencies between someone's words and their behavioral patterns. A landmark study out of UCLA found that human beings process social rejection in the same neural regions as physical pain. Your body doesn't distinguish between a broken bone and a broken trust. It treats both as survival emergencies. But here's what the neuroscience misses, and what no one tells you. Most fake friends don't know they're fake. They're not cartoon villains. They're people who've learned to perform closeness without ever truly offering it. Psychologists call this performative attachment, a relationship style where someone mirrors your emotional investment just enough to maintain access, but never enough to risk genuine vulnerability themselves. Think of it like a beautifully wrapped gift box that's completely empty inside. The presentation is immaculate, the interior is hollow. The first trap this dynamic creates is what therapists call the halo effect collapse. Early in the friendship, this person does something extraordinary for you, shows up during a crisis, says exactly the right thing, makes you feel seen in a way that's almost cinematic. Your brain floods with oxytocin and immediately builds a monument to them in your memory. From that point forward, every red flag gets filtered through that monument. Every cancellation becomes understandable. Every selfishness becomes contextual. You're not being naive. You're being neurologically loyal to a peak emotional memory. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. The problem is that the person who earned that monument no longer exists, if they ever truly did. The second trap is what psychoanalyst Carl Jung described through the shadow projection dynamic. Fake friends are masterful at reflecting your own values back at you during early connection. They laugh at what you laugh at. They're outraged by what outrages you. They seem to share your exact moral architecture. But when real conflict or real sacrifice enters the picture, the reflection disappears because it was always a mirror, not a window. You were never seeing them, you were seeing yourself and mistaking the echo for a voice. This is why the betrayal, when it finally arrives, feels so profoundly disorienting. It's not just that they failed you, it's that the version of them you loved was partially constructed from your own projections. The third trap is the most insidious: strategic intermittent reinforcement. This is a behavioral conditioning pattern most associated with abusive relationships, but it lives quietly in toxic friendships too. The fake friend isn't consistently cold, they're inconsistently warm. Just when your gut moves you toward the exit, they reappear with the exact quality that made you love them. Your dopamine system, designed to chase unpredictable rewards, now becomes chemically bonded to the uncertainty itself. You're not addicted to them, you're addicted to the possibility of them. It's a slot machine wearing a human face. So how do you escape a maze that was built inside your own nervous system? The first principle is what acceptance and commitment therapy calls cognitive diffusion, the practice of observing your thoughts about this person without fusing with them. Stop asking whether you're overreacting. Start asking what you would tell a stranger who described this friendship to you. That distance is diagnostic. The second strategy is behavioral auditing over verbal processing. Stop analyzing what they say. Start mapping what they do when helping you costs them something. Time, status, convenience, comfort. Genuine friendship reveals itself under friction. Fake friendship dissolves under it. The third principle is strategic disclosure testing, a quiet, ethical method of offering progressively vulnerable information and observing where it lands. Does it get held carefully, or does it reappear later weaponized in an argument or casually shared with someone else? Your secrets are the canary in the coal mine of someone's character. And finally, practice what somatic therapists call titrated exposure to your own instincts. Your body detected the problem before your mind had language for it. That 2 a.m. restlessness wasn't anxiety, it was intelligence. Learning to trust somatic data, the chest tightening, the subtle dread before a text, is not paranoia. It's your ancient threat detection system trying to protect someone it loves, you. Here's the paradox that will stay with you. The people who are best at spotting fake friends are usually the ones who've been most profoundly betrayed by them. The wound becomes the warning system, the scar tissue becomes the sensor. And healing doesn't mean becoming someone who trusts blindly again. It means becoming someone who trusts accurately. So tell me, was the person who first came to your mind during this video a fake friend? Or were they the last real one you pushed away because they felt too safe to be true? Because it's 2 a.m., and you already know the answer.